in BC, known as Downtown Eastside, is notoriously known for its high levels of homelessness, poverty, drug use, and crime. According to the Vancouver Police Department, reports of crime rates in Downtown Eastside are higher than that of the rest of the city. Although the population of Downtown Eastside is 3% of Vancouver's population, 34.5% of assaults and 22.6% of robberies are located and reported in the Downtown Eastside area. An article written in BBC by Rajesh Mirchandani referred Downtown Eastside as home to one of the worst drug problems in all of North America. In an article, Lincoln Clarks stated that roughly 90% of the people who reside in Downtown Eastside have been a subject of abuse as a child, having them turn to drugs to numb the pain and to disappear from their traumatic past. Eventually, this use of drugs will develop into an addiction. In a TED Talk, John Hari has spoke about how isolation, lack of love and support from family and friends plays a significant role when it comes to addictions. When news hits of a loved one trying and or getting addicted to a drug, chances are that they will be shunned and cut off because the usage of drugs is a crime of morality and not accepted in today's moral and social norms. Furthermore, the addictions of these drugs will have them spending their earnings and or savings, eventually driving them down the road of poverty. Since the usage of drugs is a crime of morality and an act of deviance, most of today's society sees drug users as criminals and bad people, rather than seeing them as people with health conditions or people who just need help.
Many of the poverty and crimes reoccur in Downtown Eastside, with no sense of resolution. When it comes to drugs, people get addicted, affecting their mental and physical health, affecting relationships in their lives, and at the same time, many people steal in Downtown Eastside, stealing food because of no money, because they're hungry and need it for survival, and it's only their last resort. Many are homeless, living on the street. Many have mental illnesses and disabilities, unable to take care of themselves and keep up with society. At the same time, in Downtown Eastside, a lot to prostitution, money and survival to support themselves, friends, and even family. These are just some examples of the kind of lifestyle some of these people go through in Downtown Eastside and around Vancouver. These people are often looked down upon, unable to find jobs because no one wants them. Some have no friends or family to go to. Forced to make poor choices negatively affecting themselves and the community around them. These people are burdened by their own lifestyle. As a solution, the government should be reaching out to these people, helping them help themselves get out of these burdens that they go through. Because just creating homeless shelters, giving financial aid, and daily free food just creates an attitude for these people to depend on others. At the end of the day, will always be in the same position they are in. The government should be personally helping these people in Downtown Eastside and other parts of BC, giving them a second chance in the sense of having a community and support groups to make them feel important and wanted again, by creating new jobs so they can develop financially, counseling and better education so they can learn the skills to support themselves. Through these solutions, we can help these people long term rather than just prolonging the problem. All in all, the way these people live, through their actions and lifestyle, of the lack of care for themselves, reflects how we as a community and as a province has been treating these people. We should be helping them become better people through guidance, giving them hope and desire for people again.
In Vancouver, there is a facility called Insight, which is the first ever legal supervised drug injection site in all of North America. This clinic does not supply users with drugs, but they do provide medical staff to provide addiction treatment, mental health assistance, and first aid in case of overdose or wound. They also provide sterile equipment for injections to avoid an HIV epidemic, which has happened in the past due to syringe sharing. This is a small step for the decrease in rates of drug use, crime, health conditions, and ultimately poverty. An example of this working would be in the country of Portugal, where the decriminalization of all drugs began in the year 2001. The theory was that they would focus on treatment rather than jailing users, and after a few years the annual death rate by drugs have reduced, and the number of HIV infections caused by dirty syringes have also reduced. The drug users would then learn how to control the drug use, or even get out of it completely. If BC or even all of Canada follows this procedure, those living in poverty due to drugs will eventually climb out of poverty and reintegrate into today's society.